With the Iron Bowl coming up, a lot of people are asking, what should we expect out of Mac Jones? And of course, if you don't know, because Tua Tagovailoa is hurt, the Alabama starting quarterback is Mac Jones. And the first thing I'm going to tell people is, don't expect Tua Tagovailoa. So before we dive into this video, I actually got two exciting things I want to share with you all. First, I have started a Discord channel. I made one where we can get together and talk. I wanted to bring the community of talking football and bringing great analysis to everybody here. If you want to be a part of it, you can ask questions. We can just kind of have fun and have logical discussions about football, but also it's a way for you to contact me that's outside of YouTube on a more, informal basis. And it's just a lot of fun to be on Discord. Two, I also started a Patreon account because I wanted to get some more support for this channel and kind of make the quality of it even better. And just allowing me to, support my family. I have a wife, I have a son, and in addition to my full-time job, this could be really helpful for us. And on Patreon, if you sign up for the first tier, you get dibs on suggesting content for me. So if you're in that tier and if you want me to do something, suggest it, and then I will definitely take a good look at it so that I can get that done for you. And you'll also get a shout out here on the channel in some form. I'm trying to figure out what that may turn out to be, but I definitely want to help you feel supported in your support for me. So thank you, and let's get on to the video. The reason why I say that is that a lot of times people want every player to be just like the best player who was in that position before them. And that doesn't have to happen. Teams are different. The coaching styles are different. How the player fits in with the others around him changes. And so just expect Mac Jones to be Mac Jones. So I think the number one question, or one of the main questions that people should have, is not should Alabama be in the playoffs, but rather how good of a team is Alabama with the Mac Jones-led offense complemented by this year's defense relative to the offense this year with Tua Tagovailoa complemented by this defense. I bring it up because the first thing you have to consider is that this defense is ranked 16th nationally, with the pass defense being a bit stronger than the run defense, not to mention they've had a bunch of injuries in the front. A lot of young guys have played. Alabama has played some of the most freshmen in the nation. A lot of those guys are playing on defense. So it's a good defense with some few issues that they give up, but they're not an elite defense. And why that's significant is that with Tua Tagovailoa, you could count on third and long conversions to happen consistently. Like seriously, on a third down and 13, third down and 10, third down and 15, a lot of Alabama fans, with good reason why, would not be afraid of that long third down because Tua Tagovailoa would usually convert it. With Mac Jones, the assumption is that he isn't on that level. From what we've seen in the game so far, we haven't seen him do that. And the main reason why is that there's been no exposure to that. We don't know if he can do that. A lot of people aren't expecting it. And right now, that is one of the practical differences between Mac Jones and Tua Tagovailoa. And the reason why I say it's one of the practical ones, because, like I said, you can assume it with Tua. He can help complement the defense and compensate for what they lacked. We don't know if Mac Jones can do that yet. And that's what we're going to find out in the game against Auburn tomorrow. Because he's going to have to show it against one of the best defenses in the nation. Auburn is one of the best defenses. I think against most teams, Alabama with Mac Jones wins. Against the elite teams, there lies the mystery. We just don't know yet. Mac Jones will see one of the best defenses in the nation, like I just said, and the question will be, how does he respond? So Alabama has given Mac Jones like some pop passes to the receivers like Devontae Smith and Henry Ruggs. They've shown screen passes where he's throwing to Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, some people out there in the perimeter, swing passes to Devontae Smith, a few others, and then they'll occasionally allow him to throw a deep shot. At least against the teams we've seen so far, it hasn't been required that you do a lot. But like I said, that might change against an elite defense. With the talent at wide receiver that Alabama has, this is generally a good plan, even versus elite teams. Although the elite teams will be more likely to stop these type of plays than the average defense, but even still, with the talent that these receivers have, this typically can work out if you keep giving chances over and over and over again. So Alabama, or I should say this, where Mac is shaky is his placement on deep shots. He doesn't have the same rhythm on his throws that Tua has. Like he'll drop back and he may not get it out right at the timing that's needed, and that comes with time, that comes with experience. He also plays less mechanically sound. There's plays where he just doesn't follow through. He doesn't get his hips all the way into it. He might fall away. He does not follow through, as I was just saying, on all of his throws. And finally, one of the things that's going to be really interesting, and all of these things I said so far are relative to Tua Tagovailoa, but especially this one. He does not anticipate his throws as quickly. I've seen him let guys get open, then he'll throw it, or he has to make sure that he sees where it's Tua, like he knows where it's going to be, and he's going to let it fly. And like I said, all these are relative to Tua, which is really, really, really good. It's elite. And so, like I said, don't expect that, out of Mac Jones, but just knowing what not to try to throw on him, you have to keep in mind relative to Tua Tagovailoa. He still can be good, he may not be elite like that. So this Auburn defensive line would be a good metric to see how he responds to guys being in his face. Will he step up to the occasion in this matchup? I think that is the question we will see answered on tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm not even trying to predict it. Personally, I think Alabama will seek to lean on Najee Harris early in the game and try to build confidence for Mac and try to let him then take advantage of some things they typically do with Tua. But we'll just have to find out. My question to you is, what do you think? What do you expect out of Mac Jones tomorrow?